Everyone, no matter who you are, if the goal is optimal physical performance, if the goal is having a strong, pain-free and optimally functioning body, you are going to benefit from having a correctional program that addresses your weaknesses, that understands your imbalances and addresses and fixes them. My name's Yona from customhealthcoaching.com, and let's have a quick chat about it. So say we've all got 24 hours in our day, right? But then we've got different people that spend those 24 hours in different ways. So we've got the old lady who, sits at home all day, doesn't move a lot, and lack of movement's her biggest issue. We've got the tradie who's flat out, he's moving all day, he's bending over and picking things up and lifting things and screwing things, and his issue's probably moving too much and he's not moving real well. Then we've got the office worker who's sitting in poor postures at the desk all day. She goes for a walk at lunchtime, goes and pick up the kids, that sort of thing, but she's in a really bad posture all day. Then we've got the athlete who's flat out, who's doing all sorts of different things, but who's potentially hitting weak points in their, in their training, and their injuries or niggles are popping up because of inefficient joint mechanics, etc., etc., etc. So what I'm saying is we're all different. We've all spending our time in different ways, adopting different postures, taking joints through different ranges of motion, having different muscles be worked more than other muscles, and because joints are only going through certain ranges of motion, having strength through certain ranges of motion but lacking in other ranges. And then when we're taken into a range of motion that we're not strong in, we cause injury. We could go on about this for days. We've got different anthropometry. We've been spending our time, differently for the last however many years we've been on this earth, with different habits, different limb lengths, different joint mechanics and orthopedics and all this sort of stuff. So when creating a program specific to you, you need to understand all this stuff. You need to ask all these questions and really understand exactly where you're at, and make a program that meets you there and takes you to the desired optimal performance that you're looking to achieve. If we look at a couple of these different scenarios, so say we're talking about the old lady who isn't sitting down a lot, she's not doing much. She's got back pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, and the main reason for this is she's becoming very, very frail through lack of movement, lack of muscle mass, and lack of support through her joints. So when she moves, she gets different aches and pains. So obviously she needs to mobilize a few different joints and get them working more optimally, for say, but she also needs, a big focus for her needs to be putting on muscle mass and increasing just structural integrity through her whole musculoskeletal system. Then we've got the tradie who also had an injury 10 years ago where he hurt his lower back and his hip. So, he needs a program that obviously focuses on improving those. It needs to assess his hip and his lower back, find out what damage has been done, find out where there's lacking mobility, find out what muscles are weak, what, movement patterns are weak and inefficient, what imbalances lie in his joint mechanics, and then address all of that and get that working and moving forward. He's going to have a program that's specific for that, and is probably, if depending on how active he is probably going to be minimal effective dose because his body's already quite stressed out. So just addressing the things that need to be addressed and nothing more. Then we've got the athlete who is going flat out and doing all these different things and getting so repetitive, but also doesn't have any specific program that actually addresses the imbalances that are lying there. So now putting so much workload through a bunch of different joints that aren't working quite optimally, issues start to arise. Then I've got a lady who has thoracic outlet syndrome. So for her, she's, basically her first rib, her scalenes are really tight, pulling her first rib up, closing in the space between her first rib and her clavicle, which is compressing on the brachial plexus or nerve complex that runs through her shoulder and down into her arm. So she's getting a lot of nerve-related symptoms in her arm. She's got a lot of weakness, she's got numbness, she's got tingling and pain, etc., and it's really affecting her. So for her, she needs a program that's going to strengthen her traps, lift her clavicle up. They're synergist with scalenes, levator scap, etc., so take some pressure off her scalenes. She also needs a lot of breath work to get her diaphragm doing the breathing rather than secondary breathing muscles like her scalenes. So what I'm saying here is everyone is different, but everyone has weaknesses that come up for them. Everyone has different issues that present themselves in terms of their musculoskeletal system, and they need a specific program that is going to address those weaknesses and help them moving forward. This is very beneficial. I honestly don't think I've ever met anyone that would not benefit from having a program specific to addressing the little issues that pop up for them. So, hope this has been of value. If you have any issues, if you have any injuries, aches, pains, stiffness throughout your body, or you're an athlete and you want to take things to the next level, or whatever it may be, and you'd like to have a chat and get my opinion, or see if I can help you, see if I can solve your problem, or see if I can help you find a way to move forwards, then reach out, send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, call me, text me. Let's have a chat and see if I can help, or just have a chat and see if we can find a way for you to move forward. So other than that, pleasure. I'm enjoying doing these chats, going to keep doing these. Have a fantastic day and night, and keep smiling. Make a life, live the dream, chase the dream.